You know the feeling. One minute, you're just walking across your laminate floor, and the next, whoa, it feels like you've stepped onto an ice rink. It's not just frustrating, it can be pretty dangerous. So in this explainer, we're going to dig into exactly why that happens and, more importantly, how you can fix it for good.
Right? That little involuntary shuffle walk you start doing just to stay on your feet? If that sounds familiar, then you know exactly what we're talking about. But here's the good news. There's usually a really simple reason this is happening.
And this right here, this is the key idea that changes everything. A flooring expert, James Miller, puts it perfectly. The issue probably isn't with your floor itself. It's what's on your floor. And since it's a friction problem, it's a problem we can actually solve.
Okay, so if it's all about friction, where do we even begin our investigation? Well, it all starts with the very top surface of your laminate planks. This is where the real battle for grip is won or lost.
It's called the wear layer. And it's called that for a reason. This tough protective coating is actually designed with a very subtle texture to give you traction. So when your floor suddenly gets slippery, it's a huge clue that something is interfering with this layer, basically smoothing it out and killing that all-important friction.
All right, so what is the culprit here? What's getting in the way and ruining your grip? Let's line up the usual suspects that turn your floor into a slip and slide.
So looking at this list, you see a few things that make sense, right? Wax, oils, dust, even humidity. But take a close look at that very first one. The great irony here is that a lot of the time, the very thing you're using to clean your floor is what's making it so slick.
I mean, think about it. How do those products that promise a brilliant shine actually work? They have to leave something behind to create that look. And that something is usually a super thin, invisible film of wax or acrylic. And sure, it might look nice for a moment, but that glossy film is also an incredibly slippery film.
So here's the difference. The good guys are labeled residue-free and pH neutral. The bad guys are the ones that shout about adding shine or polish. If you see wax, silicone, or oils on the ingredients list, that is a huge red flag. You're basically buying the problem in a bottle.
And it's not just the cleaning products. This is a perfect way to picture another sneaky culprit. A fine layer of dust might seem totally harmless, but on a microscopic level, it's like you've scattered millions of tiny ball bearings across your floor. They just roll between your shoe and the surface, and poof, your friction is gone.
All right, we've identified the culprits. Now for the most important part, the fix. Let's walk through the step-by-step process to strip away all that slippery buildup and get your floor's original grip back.
Let's call this the floor grip reset. First, you got to get rid of all the dry stuff, the dust, the ball bearings. Then you move on to tackling the film itself. Now listen, those last few steps, rinsing and drying completely, are absolutely crucial. The last thing you want to do is leave anything new behind. I'll give you a moment to look these over.
So the whole point of this reset is to be thorough but also gentle. You want to get every last trace of that residue off the floor, but you have to protect that essential wear layer. The goal is to clean it, not to damage it.
Okay, so you did the reset, and the grip is back. Fantastic. But how do you keep it that way? How do you prevent this from happening all over again in a month? Let's talk about a long-term strategy.
This is your game plan, and it's all about small, consistent habits. Mats at the door are your first line of defense. Regular dry dusting keeps those ball bearings from building up. And of course, sticking with the right kind of cleaner from now on is completely non-negotiable.
Now here's a number you're going to want to remember, 35 to 55%. That is the sweet spot for your indoor humidity. If it gets too high, you can end up with this nearly invisible layer of moisture on your floor that makes it slick. Keeping it in this range is not only safer, but it's just way better for the health of your laminate floors overall. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, that deep cleaning process we talked about will solve the problem completely. But what if it doesn't? In some cases, a slippery floor can actually be a warning sign that there's a deeper issue with the flooring itself. You'll want to keep an eye out for these red flags. We're talking about slick spots that just won't go away no matter how much you clean them. Or if you can actually see physical changes, like bubbling, warping, or the top surface looking thin and worn out. If you spot these things, cleaning alone isn't going to fix it.
And please, this is a critical warning. I know it might be tempting to get really aggressive with a stubborn spot, but whatever you do, do not try to sand or buff your laminate floor. It is not like hardwood. That wear layer is incredibly thin. If you damage it, that damage is permanent and the floor is pretty much ruined.
So really, the key takeaway here is to listen to your floor. Most of the time, a slippery surface is just a simple friction problem that's asking for a proper cleaning. But now you know the causes, you know the fix, and you know the serious warning signs to look for. So you can ask yourself, is your floor just slippery or is it trying to tell you something more?